Hello, I'm Adam Barralet, Crystal Connections, and welcome to this video where we're exploring the essential oil of Niaouli. Now you may be wondering, what is Niaouli essential oil? Well, I'm sure you've heard of tea tree essential oil. So tea tree is sometimes called melaleuca, but it's actually, tea tree is part of the melaleuca family. It's Melaleuca alternifolia. Now there are other members of the melaleuca family, including Niaouli, which is Melaleuca quinquenervia. So basically tea tree and Niaouli are relatives. They're in the same family together. But what you'll find is Niaouli is a little bit softer and gentler in the essential oil that comes from the leaves. Now this species is found in parts of Australia as well as New Caledonia and Papua New Guinea. It has been naturalised in places like Florida in the United States, where the USDA has now declared it a weed because some smart human decided to put it there. It is sometimes planted in parks because it acts as a really good windbreak and actually serves as a source of food for local birds, for fruit bats and for insects as well. It has these beautiful white bottlebrush flowers that flower between spring and late autumn, and these green kind of thick leaves, and this is where we get the essential oil from. Overall, the aroma is softer and gentler than tea tree, but has very similar effects. And in this video, we're going to explore how you can work with Niaouli to benefit lots of different aspects of your life, from your body, to your mind, to your spirit. The indigenous people of Australia, where Niaouli is native, have actually used the leaves of the tree and wrapped it around whenever they've had issues with their skin. I found when I've had insect bites or a cut or a scrape or pimples or that type of thing, or my skin's just not looking its best, I'll put a bit of Niaouli on it and it really helps to kind of bring it back to how it should be. I also reach for my Niaouli when there's kind of the change of seasons. If you notice when the seasons start to change, different things happen. Like for me, sometimes I will get a little bit kind of a sore throat and I'll just mix it with the carrot oil and I'll rub it on there, and that really helps in that way. I love to put it in a diffuser and I find it really just helps me to breathe a lot easier as well. And I've found with Niaouli, it's one of the oils I use when if I'm worried about getting, as we get into the colder months, if I'm worried about getting sick, I'll add Niaouli into blends there, and I find that really helps me as well. It's actually really nice to mix in a carrier oil or massage cream or something and rub it on. It's kind of got a slight, it's soothing yet warming and really comforting, so it can be really nice. Yeah, if you just need to kind of bring a bit more warmth into the body and that type of thing as well. Niaouli does have a reputation for being a bit more gentle than tea tree. Now tea tree is definitely not a harsh oil at all, but for people that have more sensitive skin or kids or young people, maybe Niaouli might be a better choice to go for rather than tea tree to start off with. For me, Niaouli really brings me a sense of clarity. And as I start to work with it more, it's really great in meditation or contemplation to help you really look at your life and start to deconstruct some old patterns and form some other ones. Do you find that you keep on making the same mistake or going back to the same old bad habits? Well, try work with Niaouli. Niaouli is really great for that. It's really great, especially if you feel sometimes that you've adopted these attitudes that there's not enough, or the world is ruthless or selfish. It really helps you to see that, no, actually, when I look back, I've always, I've got to where I am now, so the world is supporting me throughout my life, and really have a bit more respect for the world, and kind of treat other people with a bit of kindness and dignity as well. It's really good actually for those that have issues with greed, because they're worried that there will never be enough, so they need to keep collecting and collecting in case of saving for a rainy day type of thing. It's a really nice one for kind of relaxing into that and starting to see that there is plenty to go around. So if you find that you're getting in bad habits of stinginess or lack or greed, then start working with Niaouli. Start seeing that there is a lot more to go around and that all will be well. It cleanses away all those power struggles and those feelings that you are not good enough and that there isn't enough for you. In this case, Niaouli is actually really good for groups, to make sure groups are getting along as well. So if you need a group to cooperate, try either aromatically dressing in Niaouli, so you've got that fragrance emanating from you and you can be in that spirit of cooperation, or also popping it in a diffuser will encourage other people to get along and work together as a unison for the benefit of all, rather than each person being selfish and worrying about what they're going to get out of the project or the assignment or the collaboration. Niaouli is a really protective essential oil, and it almost cocoons you in this golden light of protection and healing. I love it if I've had a bit of a rough trot, or especially if I've been unwell for a while and you kind of need to get back on your feet. Then using Niaouli, either popping it on your hands and rubbing it through, or diffusing it, just get it on you or around you and feel it kind of protecting you. It also can protect you on those deeper levels as well. If you're worried about psychic attack or bad luck or curses or any of those types of things, or just want to make sure that everything goes smoothly on an important day, then definitely have Niaouli around. Either spritz it around, circulate it through your aura, do whatever you need to have it around you. Now, as you start to do that and kind of feel that all that unwanted energy is being removed and you're safe from all that, you can really have this focus and clarity. And Niaouli will bring optimism and joy and also great determination to you as well. As you get that clarity, it can open up connection to your spirit guides, to your angels, and so that you've got the world and the universe working with you and for you to help you along your path. So if you sometimes in the past felt like things were against you, by working with Niaouli, you'll cleanse out all the clutter, cleanse out everything that stops you from going forward, and start to invite in that which will help you to advance, ascend, and evolve. Just as tea tree essential oil helps to soothe an overactive heart chakra, Niaouli works to soothe an overactive solar plexus chakra. Now this is the energy center of personal power. And when it's overactive, what tends to happen is you assert your personal power on other people to try and make them do what you want to do. We talked before about being greedy and not being cooperative and that type of thing. This is definitely an expression of the solar plexus chakra, and it normally has an undercurrent of some type of fear or shame or not being good enough or worry or that type of thing as well. So if you're bullying other people, trying to force other people to do what you want them to do, if you're a bit of a perfectionist or a workaholic, these are types of issues that Niaouli can help to bring into balance. As we realize that all is well and we have everything we need and you'll always be provided for, it may not be in the way that you expect to start off with, but you'll be fine. Niaouli really helps to bring that into balance. So if you find that this energy center is overactive, then Niaouli is going to be great. Either just anoint it on the base of the sternum, diffuse it, smell it, and that type of thing as well. If you're not too sure how to work out if your solar plexus chakra is overactive or underactive, jump onto my YouTube video that talks about the solar plexus chakra, and it will show you how to basically work out where it is on the balance scale, if it's underactive, balanced, or overactive, and some other oils and crystals as well as Niaouli that you can work with. I love blending Niaouli with other Australian essential oils to make some really nice kind of from the bush aromas. I love blending it, for example, with Australian sandalwood. It can be a really nice combination. You can make a really good Australian space cleansing spray using other cleansing oils from Australia, such as lemon myrtle, eucalyptus, tea tree, and pop in some Niaouli in there as well. You can also work with, remember I said Niaouli is this kind of oil that brings in a golden light. Any other oil that is associated with a golden colour, or things like turmeric or Roman chamomile can be really great, or any kind of oil with a lemony scent. So lemon myrtle, lemongrass, citronella, even straight lemon, melissa. Bringing those blends in can really help to bring that golden healing protective light and energy into your space as well. Now Niaouli also deconstructs and gets rid of fear and things that don't serve us. Here we could blend it with oils such as black pepper, juniper berry, clove would be really good, summer savory would be amazing. All those types of ones that help us to get through fear and get through that murky stuff and that type of thing. Now, how have you been playing around with Niaouli? Have you made an interesting blend? I'd love to hear about it. Pop it in the comment section below and I can give it a try, and our other nature lovers can give it a try as well, and we can all learn together. When I'm working with my essential oils, I bring in other gifts and wisdom of nature to help me get the most out of it. Now, when I'm working with Niaouli, the stone or the crystal that I'm drawn to is pyrite. Now, pyrite sometimes grows exactly in these golden cubes like this, or sometimes in these golden stars like my pendant that I'm wearing. This is one of radiance and strength and resilience, and this is definitely what Niaouli gives you. It allows you to shine and get rid of all the rubbish, and just like a cube, very stationary. You can't knock a cube over very well because it's got that strong solidarity and grip to the floor. So pyrite and Niaouli work really well together. The animal guide that comes in and the wisdom of an animal that comes through when I'm working with Niaouli is the quoll. Now the quoll is an Australian native animal. It is kind of cat-like in its nature, very aggressive, very assertive, and you know, it's a hunter, it's a predator, so it goes after what it's got. If it had a message for you, it's do it. It's kind of like Nike, just do it. And so, you know, what Niaouli brings to us is this clarity and this confidence to go forward and not be worried about the ill effects, to feel that everything will be fine. And quoll really gives us that kind of fire in our belly to do that as well. So what planets would Niaouli resonate with? What's the astrology of this plant? Well, it has white flowers, so that gives it a connection to the moon. And don't be mistaken by the strength of Niaouli, is still very nurturing, but it also has a bit of a solar energy. So I would resonate with both the sun and the moon. It is strong, yet nurturing. And so this can be a really good one for helping you kind of get back up to where you need to go and then to shine. So the power days, the best days to work with Niaouli, if you're doing any kind of magical or spiritual or contemplative work and that type of thing, would be Sunday, which is ruled by the sun, or Monday, which is ruled by the moon. Astrologically, Leo is ruled by the sun, and Leos, what I love about Leos is they don't give anything a second thought. They follow their heart and they're right straight in there. So if you're a bit of a procrastinator, then bring in that solar energy of Niaouli and the sun and the day Sunday and Leo, and get out there and do it. But we've also got Cancer that's ruled by the moon. If we need to nurture you back to your full potential, your full optimum, then that real kind of caring nature of Niaouli comes in as well. So think of soothing until you're at your best, and then you're out there to go and do it. Have you worked with Niaouli essential oil? I'd love to hear your experience with it. It's one of the lesser known oils, but an amazing gift from Australia, New Caledonia, and Papua New Guinea. Remember though, that when it comes to essential oils, they're not all the same. And you want to try and find a pure therapeutic grade essential oil when it comes to Niaouli or any other essential oil. If you'd like to know where to get some really great essential oils, I've got a little secret. Drop me a line and I'll let you know where I get mine from, and I can have a chat to you about why I find these to be really, really helpful. I really love the resonance of them. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video about this not so known kind of essential oil called Niaouli. But it's a real treasure, and I think that as you start to work with it, you'll find some real great benefits physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I'm Barralet. Blessed be.